we are, the 2021 CFS Grand Finals. The beginning of the tournament stage starts right now. Let's see just how aggressive all gamers want to be. This is one thing that we want to watch, and also the strategies of Celebi as they will push into the B site. And so far, ZY is going to start off with a headshot, but he does get blown up as the entry turns out to be pretty good here from Celebi.
Yeah, the B-side doors were pretty much covered with smoke and nades. Even though ZY was hiding behind the impenetrable tall box there, the nade did finish him. And it was a big entry. AG didn't expect this, but Jawei, that 180 headshot onto Lucas. What a nasty play.
Really, really big. Now, it's only Rambo, low health bars, looking for the one tap. If he can try to play them out against one another, play it slow, he might be fine, but the problem here, of course, is the pressure is on him. That's one. Finds him through the smoke. That's a great start. Wolf, having picked up a rifle, still holding strong there, knowing C4 is down. Has not yet been picked up by Rambo. He's coming close, but not able to get it just yet.
He really has to clear the angle into the window. And he still has a minute over. He's just going to stay near the passage, waiting for that rotation of Wolf from that door from the B site, and got that easy kill. He's one of the best at shooting at the opponent through the smoke. It's really hard to see whatever the movement is through the smoke. I think Rambo is one of the best players at that.
Well, he clearly showcased that in that last match, or that last round, rather. As this time around, you know, Celebi went for a pretty fast engage there through B storage, but now they're just going to be sitting back on their hind legs, maybe expecting some aggression from all gamers. We talked about how, you know, these two teams were in different groups, right? So they didn't get to play in a full best-of-3 against each other, but they absolutely had a lot of data and VODs to watch from the other teams. So Celebi should be very well aware that just in general, the Chinese teams like to play aggressive. Their own region, in fact, can play that kind of style very well. And they're just going to play around that a little bit here.
Yeah, all gamers, because how spread out they are throughout the map, they 80% know that this has to be a short push. So we'll see some rotation into A site soon enough, as soon as we hear a few flashes in from Celebi. They're not even going to use any flash yet. There's one.
Now. And a look at that squad. Rambo not spotted yet. Is he going to check it? He will see the weapon. That's going to be the kill on Rambo. The rest of his team, however, has been successful in planning that bomb. So now is the retake. 5 versus 4. A lot of angles available for all gamers still. Joanne even holding on. Lucas, though, making his way around the back. And I don't think they're necessarily expecting this. But he needs to hurry up. The rest of his team is getting taken down. But look at that. Lucas finding 2, finding 3. We called him dependable. He's making it work. Now just up to a 1v1. The fuse coming through. Hater jumping over. Not quite finding him yet. We'll be able to make it in 2-0. Great start here for Celebi.
Yeah, Lucas, here, ZQ actually had some time to defuse. But instead, he actually wanted to take the risk and go for the fake defuse play. Didn't really put him in the best position because where the bomb was planted, that rotation by Lucas was quick enough because they lost control over A long. Yeah, with Rambo going down, which was one of the most important kill in the previous round, that rotation basically won the game for them.
Yeah, it was really awesome play, and this is what Lucas is able to do. He's clutch himself, at least we saw in that round, and he gets the job done. And Celebi start off with 2-0. We've seen a lot of games, actually, where they start off 2-0, and they don't necessarily go in that one team's favor. But Celebi so far, you got to like what they have shown us here in the first couple of rounds. You can see that all gamers, again, with this kind of play where they leave mid open, and they're pushing up pretty far in terms of the 2 long areas of the sites, and getting a lot of information because of that.
And this is 2 big, huge points for Celebi, starting from the blacklist. Here's the thing, it's not just blacklist 2, it's on Black Widow. And all gamers, they are pretty good at all map. You have the water fight with ZY.
Bigger ones in queue. Offers his teammate. Able to get the return kill. Very important to try and make sure that it's not a straight-up 3-0 start for Celebi. Want to try and stay as close as you possibly can. So forcing Celebi to go for a different rotation. We have even waiting in the middle here. And Rambo not getting taken down just yet. Forcing even to move out. But time is starting to become a bit of a factor here for Celebi. As we do have Rambo and Lucas on one side. Rotation might come through soon. And looking like they do want to make their way over to A again for a shot. But look at that Wolf. He's waiting. He's looking away, and with even finding the kill, very, very nicely done by Rambo. Getting the better hand of Wolf is quite an impressive achievement, but I don't know if it will be enough. As the C4 goes down, this one looks lost for Celebi.
And Rambo is lost immensely, but he still flicks that shot onto ZQ, even hiding in the corner, gets that final kill. But Rambo is feeling steady and nice. Keep getting those flick kills. Yeah, going around the map where the snipers are not supposed to be. He's doing Rambo things again, even against All Gamer. That is a huge sign. And looks pretty good on the first map of best of 5.
Yeah, you gotta like that comfort and confidence at least to kind of play your own style, even if it is against a team that is obviously on paper maybe the strongest team in the tournament. So you do have to like that. Pretty well played by All Gamers, I feel like, that time around. You know, similar strategy, trying to get a lot of information on those long areas of the map, but just always pushing forward, even when it was on 3-on-3, you know, even getting a lot of information through mid and able to kind of scout a bit as they're doing it once again. And Celebi, you know, not really taking much position on that waterway over by the B storage. So it's allowing All Gamers to kind of push up. Even on a road as well. They're just all kind of converging here in mid right now.
Jalway plus even had the staircase a short pressure. But because Celebi was still nearby the BL base, they had no chance of actually looking if anyone was going down the bridge. Also, the sideways plus the water has been taken by AG. They have none of those angle covered. Oh, but Huri actually sneaks into B.
He's undercover.
Double doors.
He's looking, but we've already seen teams find the flank and they're not being able to actually execute it. ZY and ZQ both near him, but haven't spotted them quite yet. Don't think they're going to know. And while this is happening, ZY, of course, he finds the headshot. Hader can answer back. ZQ now aware that someone is there.
ZQ is still not spotted, so Celebi doesn't really know. But still with 2 men. Wolf was ready for that shot, even through the smoke. Easy and steady, ready for that sniper bullet.
And Huri's just been undercover this entire time. And honestly, I thought he would get more done. At the end of the day, he gets a return kill onto Wolf towards the end of the round. So not super effective. All Gamers play that very well. I love the way that they are using their effective space around this map.
And understanding that All Gamers love to spread out to A long and also into the waters every single round when they are in global risk. Celebi is respecting that and just covering their own angles, waiting for the opponent to come. Usually with two-man cover. At this time, they're spreading into... Oh, that shot missed.
That would have been really big. I'm starting to believe that going up 2-0 in a map is just bad. We should avoid it at all costs because...
Based on...
It feels like, what, like 6 maps in a row where someone goes 2-0 and we're like, okay.
Yeah. Based on our statistics that we've gathered here very carefully.
I mean, if you're not sure about the math, just ask G-Clef. I'm sure he will be able to back us up at some point. But jokes aside, Celebi off to a very strong start, but All Gamers now looking more like the team that we expected. And a little bit stronger in these firefights. Not getting quite as easily, winning a lot of these initial trades. Very nice kill there from Hater. Rambo not hitting this one either, 2 in a row now. And it was unfortunate considering how on point he was in those first couple of rounds.
But still, revealing himself at A short, I think that gave another puzzle for All Gamers to solve because they have shown themselves in B storage, a couple of riflers, and Sniper all of a sudden at A short, so All Gamers exactly know where to cover. Instead, they are having this big rotation, and it is Jiawei getting caught.
Yeah, it's almost like all gamers are not expecting them to be this passive sometimes, where they're kind of just running through BL spawn and not expecting them to be anywhere near, as they're expecting a push onto a site soon. But not the case, and the patience of Celebi has really been paying off for them at this point in time. Let's see where they do get this bomb down, though. It looks like they want to go A short, as Rambo is on the site and getting a lot of damage done. ZQ is going to get a kill elsewhere on the map as Wolf is going underneath and looking for that angle.
Yep, Rambo just sneaks in. Doesn't matter where the opponent are, he reads the rotation and just goes through into the side without taking too much damage. There, ZQ will just jump on top of him and get him down, but still 2 more to go.
Oh, and Rambo! Talk about an MVP performance, 8 kills. Really the linchpin of Celebi's success thus far. Pointed out, yeah, if you miss a couple of shots, it can happen. But as I say
Nice shot.
it is Shady that says, well, you're playing really well, Rambo. I kind of want to match that double sniper now on offense here on Black Widow. And Celebi looking to get themselves a lead once again.
That was Shady's first kill, by the way. So if you're going to get 1 kill, at least
That's
make
the one,
it flashy.
that's
you know?
the one.
And
That's the one you got to get.
Yeah, on Wolf. Who's basically the main sniper now? ZQ even having that AWM. We've seen this couple of times before. Lucas was also holding an AWM couple of rounds ago, just for the first 10 seconds, expecting AG to come out. And this time, at least Lucas does have somewhat of a control on the stairs A short. So Celebi can always have the option to go through A short or push along with some pressure and map information along with A long, because they're not really finding themselves a favorite position near the waters or the B storage at all.
Now multiple people making their way over towards that B site. Maybe want to take control of storage, where CY is still waiting. Not quite sure where the attack is going to come. And I agree with you, fellas. It feels like sometimes all games are expecting a little bit more aggression than is actually coming out from Celebi. They have been pretty passive, but when they need to go, they go in. This time, though, is more than ready. Catches them off guard. Picks up 1. And slows down that approach. That doesn't seem to be completely stifled. Actually push through on this. CY is in a comfortable position. They're hiding.
They're still not going to push. They're still going to rotate. Yep. Rambo has gotten a lot of information on short, and you can see he's pushing onto A again, and it's just free. As all gamers, they're pushing through storage as they're going to go for the play here. It's 2 for 2, but that leaves ZQ all alone as there's 15 seconds left, and the flashes are coming in. So ZQ knows the plant will come down here. He's got some time to buy, as where he has to get the kill, and he will. He's gonna pick up the kill and the win. As you can see the excitement, Celebi goes up 4 to 2.
That was a big risky play because he had to plant the bomb with about 6 seconds left on the clock. That was exactly what all gamers thought at the moment. But Huri just went for the kill, knowing that he has to come through that small window. What a play. Celebi is actually doing really well, shaking up the defense of all gamers. I think all gamers should actually fall back to their original position, not pushing too far. By pushing too far around the map, they're creating few holes that Rambo can sneak into.
And it's very reminiscent of what made Celebi Last Legends such a successful team in the group stage, right? It's the creativity, as they will be looking towards, again, playing it a little bit slower. Waiting. Shady. 1 kill he got was beautiful, but will not add to that list. At least for now, and for the first time, Rambo getting taken down there. CY using the space. Still on top of his headshots, you know, not as good as yesterday. Already missed 1 early on, but not going to be the end of the world. As I say that, it's a hurry. It's like more than 2 rounds advantage will not be given to gamers.
That was 2v5,
yeah,
by the way. ZY and Jiawei were just like, yeah, let's just push through mid.
Fight them.
If they don't want to push, we can just push. And that's kind of what I expected from all gamers, a little bit more. And they're finally going for it. It obviously helps when you just get, you know, insta headshots all the time, as ZY happens to do.
Yeah, that is one of the biggest strengths of all gamers. Not just controlling waterway. If you control water, you get the sideway and also a lot of angles into this A short. But this time, Rambo already checked through the window if anyone was there near the double doors. Did not really get spotted because the sideway was smoked. But Lucas will step just a little too far.
And now becoming a bit of a recurring theme. You like the flexibility from Celebi, right? Doing so well, swap off. Unfortunately for Uri, this round also not looking too good. Rambo finds one. Also takes down Jawe. So great start here in terms of his KDA, but when you look at the actual state of this round, it's still not looking too good. She has taken down and CY. Yeah, that deserves a shout. 4-4, beautifully done, and it feels like Celebi. Yeah, they're playing well, they're playing smart, but all gamers, when it comes to these gunfights, just seem to be unmatchable.
Because of a few previous rounds, all the action basically happened near the A side road or the central passage. Celebi could not even get into the side. I think all gamers, they still want to keep this big, gigantic amount of pressure so that they use up all the time near the BL base, saying that you can't just come into our site.
Yeah, all gamers are really beginning to solve this puzzle. It looked difficult at first, but now the last 3 rounds have just been really simple for them. I mean, obviously, not to take away from the incredible shots that they're hitting, but it does feel like Celebi are kind of so spread out and passive that all gamers are just like, yeah, we'll just take this swath of the map. Yeah, sure, let's take all of that. We can push on in. We're going in here again. I mean, Even's pushing the spawn. As you see Shady, the last one left, and he's also going to go down. So all gamers at the end of it, even though they went down 4-2, they win 3 in a row, and they take the lead 5-4 in rounds.
And that is, again, taking into account, generally, we've seen these Chinese teams, Baisha even more so, but also applies to all games, be so much stronger on Blacklist. And you saw, I think it's a really good point, Veldas, where when they let Celebi play their game, Celebi was really able to use the space given by all gamers, and all gamers responded, we're not going to give you space anymore, we're just going to continuously push you in, use our superior firepower, and then keep you on the back foot. When you are able to do that in Global Risk, I feel like Blacklist is going to be even harder for Celebi to match that.
All gamers, they changed up real nice, pressuring into a long couple of times, which created some hole through a short and the double doors. And after letting Celebi win a couple of those early rounds because of leaving few positions open, all gamers thought, okay, we just do what we do best. Let's leave our sniper on A site and the rest of the crew just control the entire straight angle from the water into that A short. And as long as we keep that angle, Celebi, they can't attack in from short, B storage, and we've got the rest covered from both, which was the perfect equation, the reason why they were able to bring the last 3 rounds of the first half.
All right, let's see how it's going to go now here in the second half. Obviously, all gamers switching over to the Blacklist side. And this is where, if you are a Celebi fan, you might be shaking a little bit because these guys are extremely deadly on the Blacklist side. Curious to see how aggressive they get on this map. Can be difficult at times to find exactly the attack path you want to take on Black Widow, as it does look like we are going short with maybe some distraction at long. As here we go, the first snipe comes in. Lucas is holding it down well, but he eventually gets taken out. Now it's only Hater underneath. He does get that headshot onto Even.
But CY finds one more backup coming from the passage, and Wolf on the back. He's found Louis also just has to run away for that C4 plant and find himself in a pretty comfortable position.
Oh, nice escape. Wolf making sure that he can still back up his teammate.
Not sure about that smoke, though.
Well, can't hit them all,
Little bouncy one.
It's, you know, sometimes it bounces well. Sometimes it bounces the wrong way. For this game, though, probably not really going to matter. And after a 4-2 score, like, yeah, there we go. 4 rounds in a row from all gamers. And the lead that Celebi had early on, the control that they were able to maintain on this game has just completely disappeared. And I'm having a hard time seeing how they're really going to retake it. I feel like they need to go for a switch up because what they've been going for has not been working.
First round from Blacklist. Flash and running in a short after 4 or 5 seconds. Timing rush that all gamers love to do, especially on B side also, not just A side. So that's something that Celebi has to get ready. After watching a lot of VODs, I'm pretty sure they were ready for the timing, but the manpower they had, the push from a short was just not a match in firepower against Celebi. They only had 2 in ready. Lucas was able to pick up a lot of kills in trade, but still against 4, it was just not enough.
It's absolutely true. And once again, Lucas is going to be in a pretty good spot here because it seems like a similar push, but this time 2 guys on the A long side. And Lucas, very sneaky angle here. Let's see how many he can pick off, because if you take away the pressure from A long, he could be in a great spot. There it is, double headshot from Lucas, but nobody else is here on the site. Still, though, it is favored to Celebi, who will look for a 5v3 retake.
With more men, I don't think Celebi is scared. That even Shady has full control over the passage. Now C4 dropped right in there.
Shady almost able to pick up another one. Not going to work out in the end, but now it's ZQ against 4. It's not a good proposition for him. He gets flanked from all sides, tries to hide behind the box, and don't think he's going to be able to make this one work. Gets taken down. Important round here for Celebi to prevent all gamers from getting closer and closer to those 10 rounds. And with this, keep themselves very much close and make sure that still the lead for either team has never been more than 2 rounds in this game thus far.
Celebi focusing a lot on A long, knowing that all gamers they hold this part and then have a short push. This time, not enough men to cover that many angles on his own. Push A long or build up pressure because still need to wait for ZQ for that C4 delivery.
Wow. They're just, it almost looks forced. They're all just pushing through slowly, bit by bit, taking one firefight after one firefight. Something that actually Chronicler mentioned yesterday, where a lot of teams will push in, get a couple kills, reset, look for another angle.
No.
All gamers are just like, no, we're just going to kill you all.
And, and that is something that I think we see them do the best out of any team here, is that even after a rough round where the opponent's like, okay, we're feeling good, we got to win again, they just run in S5 and just straight up outshoot you, right? And they just force you to respond to an incredibly strong push. And generally, no one has been able to actually match that. Now, very little time here for Hader. Will get spotted, will get dispatched off ever so easily. And now the 2-game lead again in favor of all gamers. And after a really nice round by Celebi, this one felt as hopeless as the cup. Then that's a very good tactical pause, I personally say. This is a crucial point in this match, and perhaps even in this series, because I feel like all games is the type of team where if you give them a single map, it's probably not going to end well for you.
Yep, before it's too late, I think this was a pretty good time. Celebi, they also had pretty nice damage all over the board. The kills are not too bad, but they do have a few members that has to really wake up. Shady not registering too many kills in the first half, and second half has been mostly Rambo Lucas carrying the team all the way here. Reason why they were able to have 5, but as you can see from all gamers, also Jiawei having some pretty nice kills all over the board, but Wolf really not showing up as much. Only the first couple of rounds. Remember Wolf getting a few nice snipes, and after that it has been more of Rambo and Shady action on the other side on that sniper.
I just wonder, what they're discussing in this moment in time, because after the half, they hadn't had too much luck. Obviously, it was a lot of rounds won in a row for the side of all gamers. I think it was 5 in a row, and now Celebi were able to pick up 1 just before. Maybe it was 4 and then 1.
Yeah,
and then
4
1.
in a row, and then
Yeah, but either way, another one going the way of all gamers, and it doesn't feel like they fully figured out how to handle the Blacklist pushes of all gamers.
Here the big push will be, big focus has been A long for both of the teams, and B storage and the waterway has been open for this entire second half. So I think Celebi might even push towards the storage or even have one boosted up in the storage soon enough. For now, still keeping up A pressure. all the way out towards the BL spawn.
Once again, Lucas coming up huge for his team. Bomb being taken in state of a little bit of perhaps panic coming through. All gamers getting pummeled relentlessly. Able to trade one, but with heavy losses. See why Jawa and half of Wolf's health bar has disappeared. Wolf, though, does get out alive, and I agree his first half not the most impressive, but he has already stepped it up here ever since they moved over towards the blacklist side. And still the opportunity for a push. Hurry and Lucas still covering, and Lucas in particular, you called him out at the beginning of the day, Valdez, for being an incredibly strong player, kind of the carry. And of course, Rambo needs to be mentioned as well, but it's been Lucas in terms of actual kills that has been doing the heavy lifting here in this first map.
He missed him. Oh, the timing is so awkward for Hurry. I don't think he knows that Wolf is in at all.
Not yet, and he's all the way in the back, so he did not see him until now. And Wolf is just going to shoot him down.
He was looking. I mean, he had the perfect spot, and then it was just really unfortunate, the timing of that one. And that's 2 kills in a row now for all gamers, and you can see even Shady is all the way over by B. This bomb's going to get planted at A. They spot Lucas. The snipe comes in from Wolf, and now it's all up to Shady to go 1v3.
1v3, and Wolf is ready behind the spawn box, and even ZQ from the spawn, from the A site, will get that easy headshot. Now HG trying to run away on this map. 2 more rounds to go. Celebi, their A-long pressure is certainly working, but after that, their position and putting that many men towards A side, it's not really working great for them.
Bob with a nade in his hand. CY was able to shot the pistol, but himself, that's not enough. Good trade trio thus far. Attempted even up from Jawa is successful, and just him and Wolf. Shady above him. Oh, Wolf!
He kind of got distracted by Jiaowei. I think he wasn't looking the right way, at least. Either way, this is going to turn into a 2v1 swift push onto B, and it will be effective. I don't think Rambo's going to get over here on time. He will be in position, and if he does go in quickly, now he's going to give away his position, though, so he still gets the kill, but now it's one-on-one.
One-on-one. The snipers with the rifle on their head. With better HP situation. But about the headshot, and Wolf gets one. And that's another one down the road for AG. Just one more to go now.
Yeah. Wolf made us talk about his first round. Is like, you know, Wolf, it's been okay. Not been up to his level. Currently 9-1 on the second half. Incredible performance for his team that needed so desperately. And now 4 points available here. That is a very nice flick there by Rambo.
Lucas was not ready for this push at all. He was still holding that flash, and they're all in A side. This might just be it. Even Rambo goes down. The final member is also dead. That is a clean sweep on the last round.
Really nicely done. That, you know, just the typical aggression comes in there towards the end, takes them all out from a long, unexpectedly perfect flashes and timing, and eventually all right, here we go. We are on to Ankara once again. We have played this map a bunch of times already, maybe not as many as Port in the last couple of games, or days rather. And here we go. All gamers going to start out on blacklist, but Rambo does not care about that. He's just going to snipe Wolf in the face.
And Rambo does have some coverage from his teammate. A CQ from all the way down the lane. Was holding that sniper. Picking onto the yard backup.
They know he's here. Oh, wow.
He actually got one
He
on the way.
actually, he sniped him, and then Jiaowei killed him.
Rambo.
That's kind of insane.
Rambo's doing very well. He's yeah.
He's a great crossfire player.
I was looking for the appropriate metaphor, and it didn't quite come to me. But he's definitely Ramboing it up. Playing very, very well.
It's a shark in an ocean of fish.
That wall shot actually did go into
that's
Lucas.
Baisha.
Yeah, you can't do shark metaphors, Feldas. Come on,
Maybe
it's
next
Lucas.
match.
They spot him. He has a nice position, but two people might be getting too much. No! And Celebi lost Legends, just like last time. Rambo can do it. Lucas definitely can. Guy is as dependable as you could possibly want. And I swear, if somebody goes down, or goes up rather 2-0 again and leaves this map, I would be very sad. And I will firmly believe that going up 2-0 is cursed, as Rambo finds another, gets away to tell the tale.
And this time from the air duct instead of the connector passage, as Rambo is switching up. This is the high-level class sniper play. You should always run between the plays, not go to the same spot all the time, unless you know you're going to win, which is not likely in this case of with this level of competition. And he's actually staying atop, expecting all gamers to just push through with the smoke and flash. For now, rotation into the connector towards the front yard. Might also switch into B bottom. After even throws few more towards A top. Yeah, faking it as a push.
Shady might be able to get the jump on this. Wolf has not been able to check every angle, and he picks up a second one. Was relatively quiet on Black Widow, but he's starting off fiery here, as that's going to be a couple of kills going the way of AG, though, as he even takes some damage on the backside. It's still 2v3. And, okay, make that 2v2.
No way! Well,
just so casually, just tap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To have the confidence to know that you've just got your crosshair in the right spot and
Doesn't
just a
even
one tap.
flinch.
Yeah. It's insane.
It's just, you know, we're impressed, but for even, this is just business as usual. And Rambo, he has to go and look. Oh, yeah, you deserve that one.
Just like, look at my boys.
No wonder players have mic issues sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, those mics are not going to handle it well.
Those mics are
Dash
working
bells are
very
going to
hard.
pop it.
Shout out to the mics, though, because they do handle it most of the
yes.
time. You know, like, shout out to...
Those gaming headsets all the
Yeah.
time.
We'd have to be prepared for any amount of shenanigans. To like this. Yeah. That's not what you're looking for, and this time the 2-0 might has rather already escaped. Celebi Last Legends. All gamers looking to find themselves a very, very early lead. Be an all-out fist fight here, but EY starts off well with the headshot.
Yeah, with the
Come down.
Yeah, with the two smoke near the spawn, this should have been a really easy plan. I thought Celebi was going to wait for the plan and collapse at the same time. The backup was just not there.
I love how somebody does something great and then his teammates are like screaming at him.
Yes!
Yeah, so
That was a nice shot.
really well.
I saw that.
I'm very proud of you.
I love being on your team.
You're a great teammate.
Their energy is insane. Even through the group stage, we heard a lot of their energy, but today they're on the tournament level for sure.
Good job, Jay. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, taking Rambo down, of course, that deserves a scream.
I mean,
True.
like we're joking, but this is the semi-final, right? Like
Yeah.
every single game matters. Even if, as you say, you think that all gamers consider them the favorites, but it's completely different when you are the one playing, when you're sitting up in a chair and you need to perform to the utmost of your potential, especially with how quick-paced these games have been. Again, Luke is not able to make it happen, and CY is creating a lot of pressure again.
Alone.
Just finds the heads time and time again. The rest of his team having a free, leisurely walk over towards that B side.
These twos are like, oh, there must be a big push coming in. Nobody's even over here anymore. CY's in front yard. He might actually get flanked here. There he does go down, so I suppose that might help out Celebi here on the retake.
Still 2v3, Celebi down a member, and this was a easy B entry. They didn't really have to use much utility to get into the site. And let's see now. Huri Hater just left. Is it going to be the double push? Huri bottom gets taken out by even single headshot there. ZY the spot Hater from the spawn. He's stuck here. Does have some smoke and a flash, but time's ticking, 10 seconds.
He pushes in, he's able to get one, but he does get shot down through the box. As they're all cheering each other on still. All Gamers up 3-1, and the tactical pause comes in again.
Loving this. Very, very early usage. Great stare as well. Good form.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't move at all.
Oh, he doesn't even blink.
Shout out. Oh, man, he's the best
That
for
was,
sure.
yeah.
He's the best.
That was a quality stare down right there, but also good timing for Celebi Last Legend. I think especially after last round, you realize we can't give them any quarter in this matchup.
Especially when AG is on the blacklist side, I think it's required for the opponent team to just use that tactical pause in the middle so they can just slow down their rhythm in a way and also gather where you want to defend, because right there, in the previous round, ZY just could not be stopped, and because of him, they had to Celebi had to focus towards A site. But instead, All Gamers, they love the rotation towards that B bottom. We all know that by now.
Wolf has 0 damage done so far. Doesn't matter, you know. It actually happened when they were on Global Risk's side on Black Widow. Wolf was like 0 and 3, didn't have much damage at all, and he's only died twice. I guess he just got headshot immediately, and he hasn't seen enemy members in the other 2 rounds that we've had. So he's basically kind of just coasting until he has to play. Hasn't even shown his full potential except last time on Black Widow.
He's a student that's like, you know, I know I should show up to class, but
do I have to?
I have to?
I could probably pass anyway.
I'm fine, and then the test comes around, and then he gets serious, like, oh, this is why he gets away with it.
A+.
Yep, A+. Getting an S, even though it's not, you know, physically possible. He just defies the skills. And it's looking like full-on push here through B bottom. Only Lucas in the general vicinity, taking it slow, wanting to check first whether anyone is going to actually see them. But with 3 people on A side, I don't think Celebi are really expecting this right now. You see Wolf might run into hurry quite soon. Not looking at him right now, wondering whether we're going to see him taken down, but that's how they've been able to avoid each other.
Yeah, this defensive position has formed from multiple pokes and flash and nades, plus the damage into that A site. But instead, All Gamers, we've said it, B bottom. And man. Wolf instead, he's near the spawn. That's how you get there.
He had no idea he was there, right? He's just running through, expecting them all to be on the site. Well, that's okay, because Shady and Lucas are going to get a couple of kills here and help out their team. They did take a bunch of damage, but it's still 3v4. Make that 3v3 as Xiaowei finds a nice angle on front yard.
Yeah, at least Lucas does have cover from B long. As long as he's holding, not really going out alone, I think there's a good chance that Celebi can actually get this retake.
Already through the box. Rambo will take him out, but Xiaowei is able to cover their flank, and now it's all up to Rambo with half health, and he just doesn't really have time. They'll wait for the defuse sound. Out comes ZY, picks up another headshot. He's 4 for 4 in headshots, of course, so far on this map, and that makes it 4 for 1 in favor of All Gamers.
Yeah, before we started today, ZY, he had 68% headshots, which is slightly more than just 2 out of 3 every single. 2 out of 3 kills that he makes goes into those heads.
Okay. I see you, Shady.
The double sniper from Celebi. Wants to control that office action, but AG wants to take it back. 2 at going to the B tunnel, and also even trying to collapse onto Lucas from the office side.
More than ready for that. But even he can apply some pressure as well. Maybe opportunity to actually get something done here, but Celebi very much in control, expecting that push and able to hold them off at least for now. Rotation is available. You see the C4 being held close near BL spawn. Can still rotate a number of ways, looking for maybe someone that they can pick off during a rotation. But everyone's just going to hold their angles, not taking the risk. You are playing a man up, but not anymore, says Wolf. That's 1. Hurry though, already answering back, and Rambo catching Wolf off guard, able to pick him up. And now 1 against 3. Not a good position to be in, as he's looking to rush onto the site. Might possibly even get the plan down if he can deal with Rambo. Won't be spotted yet.
I think Rambo spotted him now. Yep, shots coming out, grenades as well. They're trying to swarm him here as, oh man, he's just being bombarded by everything. Like they've brought the rocket launchers to Crossfire. As you can see, slowly going to move in as a team. Here comes the plant.
There's no way, right?
Well,
Low health bar. That's one. Not even going to get him down. Have the health bar gone, but with everyone alive, too much pressure, and Celebi making sure that the lead doesn't grow any further. Still 4-2, tough position to be in against a team strong as all gamers, but at least keeping it alive moderately here on their GR side is Celebi Last Legends.
Now imagine Galway would back up into the B top hiding position. Did not really go for that trick, even with that B long plant. Now Celebi with one more round in the first half. They're still 3-manning up A top. Yeah, without gaining too much information from the center, Lucas finds 2, immediately backs up. Now the backup has to come.
Jiao is just here by himself in the air duct. Just all gamer things, very spread out. They haven't really been going for big pushes for the last 2-3 rounds.
Ooh.
They're kind of grouping up, you know, a couple of guys on B bottom and then a couple of guys through office, slowly but surely making their way.
And now we do see C4 coming through office. Rest of the team making their way through B bottom. There comes the smoke. An approach onto the site. It is just Rambo. He's been an absolute hero for Celebi.
Not the best spot for the sniper to be.
Ah, doesn't hit the shot. Very hard to hit. Lucas, though, nearly answers back. At least thins the herd a little bit. But don't know if that is going to be enough of the bomb now planted. Retake. Gonna have to come through here for Celebi Last Legends. Pressure's coming in.
Coming in pretty swiftly. They had a lot of utility to gain position on the site here. As the bomb in an interesting spot, they want to hold it way off the site. Ethan is in the corner. He picks up 2. And now he's got a lot of help from his teammates to hop on in. It's 2v1. There's 15 seconds where he has to hit a couple of heads. He's not going to get it as all gamers pick up their 5th round.
As that 4-man push, I thought Celebi had some more time to at least send 1-2 men down on the B bottom or even into the office, but instead it was 4 men, and it's like all gamers knew that 4 of them were coming from the same side. They smoked up so well onto the plant so that they can't really get a good sight onto B long, to the B bottom. So Celebi, that wasn't the best choice, going for that defuse. All gamers just always responding in the right way. Now when there's basically no members at A site, all gamers switch into A. This was a free entry.
Unbelievable. Such a good read. Such a good feel of their opponent. Already Shady taken down solo by the nades. Just gonna have to run through the meat grinder here. Thus far it doesn't. Double kill already for even.
The smoke is just not the greatest.
I love even after every after every match. It's like, oh man, they are just dominating them now. And I think it definitely helps that they start here on the blacklist side. There were a couple of stumbles, but Celebi are playing well. They're hitting their shots as well. It's just that the onslaught of all gamers, sometimes you just can't stop it.
I think Celebi has to have some more patience for the retake. There were lots of chances that they could have made it work. Of course, the smokes from, in this case, Lucas from long distance.
A couple of big pickups. But the last time we saw the situation, it was still turned around. Shady now caught. Able to get at least some damage done to those health bars, but more than that, not the case. Now, this time, Plant will come through, but not with nearly as much dominance. Rambo gonna get found. Beautiful shot there.
Yeah, he took a little bit of a risk going in first by himself, trying to catch them off guard as they're planting. And now his teammates are going to come in. It's 1v2. Trajectory of that,
yeah, with that
grenade might give him away.
Yeah, with that nade, they know that he's a top.
Just has to stall. Like 10 more seconds if he can. It's going to be hard jumping down. Not going to be able to do it. And that is going to be the final round. Going over to Celebi, avoiding complete disaster by turning it into a 6-3. But you can still see the faces. You can feel the pressure. Because it's better than 7-2. But still, not a great place to be for Celebi Last Legends. Because going down 2-0 against an all-games that's playing this well feels like a certain death sentence for your chances to make that grand finals.
And 6-3 of a score on Ankara. Of course, 6 going towards Blacklist side. It's not optimal, I would say, when you were defending, because Celebi, in this case, they focus so much more on A side, which is very unusual, knowing that their opponent is all gamers. And one switch they made towards that B side after getting penetrated for the last 7 rounds. Oh, that's exactly when all gamers just move into A side. Hey, there's one. Let's just take him down. Oh, there's no one else.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
Yeah. Props to Celebi for making something of it towards the end. You know, after kind of getting boomed in that manner, you might not be feeling too happy. And Celebi are going to go back to the way that they like to play here on Blacklist, pretty passively, just sitting back on their hind legs. As you could see already, you know, a decent shot onto Wolf was put out there. He took a lot of damage over towards the office.
Again, Shady on AWM, expecting few of the AG's members to come down towards that yard stairs, or even to sneak into the connector. Not going to be the case this time. All gamers, it is the first of the second half. They want to test the waters and see how aggressive Celebi actually wants to be. Celebi usually the team that does like to play it passive, but not this much passive from Ankara. Usually do take some control over the yard side at least, or in quarters.
Yeah, this is very far back. And I think Celebi are at their best when they can create a little bit of chaos, when they can create gaps for their teammates, particularly Rambo, but we've seen them from multiple of them. Lucas also comes to mind. Find off angles, create flanks, catch opponents off guard. See why? Spots them. Doesn't even have to pay with it with a little bit of health. Able to just get back towards the side. And no. We're gonna rotate around. Big question is, are they going to go all the way to A? It looks like it for now. Flash is also getting used by all gamers on B. They don't see this coming.
And by now, all gamers should somewhat have a feeling that Celebi did make the rotation already. The bottom to trade, making it be Wolf already so low from the beginning damage.
Wolf is going to come in here. He's pretty low on health. He would love to pick somebody off here, especially with the snipe coming out from Rambo. He's not able to land the shot. You can see Rambo's going aggressively in the air defense as Even tries to land those shots, and he will, but they're both so low on health. It's good for Shady and Hurry up here to try to hold this one. Only 22 seconds left as there's the shot from Hurry. A snipe from Wolf, as one more snipe would do it. To have the sick drag, but no, it is going to be Shady who picks up that first round here for Celebi on the Blacklist side.
Taking their time, but works out in the end. Nicely done by Celebi Last Legends, keeping their hopes and dreams alive. And as mentioned, going down 0-2 in the best of 5 is always such a rough feeling. Means that you're working with so much pressure on your back, knowing that every single round matters even more than usual. But evening up the score, 1-1 against all games, would also mean that you are the first team to actually take a single map of them. Hasn't happened as of yet here, CFS 2021. And for Celebi Last Legends, that is gotta be where it starts.
Winning that previous round was such an important moment for Celebi, not just because it was the first round of the second half. Their tactic flashing out B, faking it as a B attack, and a timing push immediately after towards A rotation did work. So they have a pretty good feeling that, okay, our strategy is actually working against all gamers, who's supposed to have one of the quickest rotational read in the world. So that confidence booster is certainly a plus. Plus Shady getting us another sniper shot.
Yeah. If I were all gamers, I mean, at some point, I mean,
It's not actually the first map they used the tactical pause.
Yeah, I mean, but you got to know that they're doing this, right? Like, it's 2 rounds in a row now on Blacklist Ankara. They did it a bunch on Black Widow as well. And I think at some point you shouldn't peek into their just open guns where they're just waiting for you. I think that sitting back a little bit more, you can get some information without showing your face. Here it is going to CY perfectly. He gets 3 with the spray. And of course, they're all headshots.
Cancel the pause.
No, it's not
Anti-pause.
happening.
ZY says, hold on to that card.
Put it
I'm
away.
taking 3 down by myself. And of course, all headshots.
That's the ludicrous. Like, getting that is one thing, but having all those shots being headshot is just absurd. One thing, though, is that, again, Celebi avoiding, and I think at this point, as all gamers, you know, okay, with this little time left, it is definitely going to be an A plant. You see the preparations come through, even wrapping all the way around. Other ones trying to come through that GR spawn.
100% has to be. But the 2 best men from Celebi, Lucas and Rambo, 100% HP, they are ready for this 2v3. Everyone rotating from the bottom, one from air duct, both from a long entrance.
Trying to get onto Lucas, but Lucas is in perfect position. Gives up his position there. Is trying to be sneaky as Rambo. I loved that position, but it was not good enough as they have enough time now to get the defuse. Couple of kills going to Jiaowei as he is able to clean them up. And man, that would have felt so good if Celebi could have gotten something going, but even with early picks, it's so hard for them to get a streak going. The only time they really had it was in the beginning of the first map, and since then, it's just been all gamers.
ZY is he's a different player. When you have 4 on your team and your opponent has 5 from PL, you do not stay in this position. You have less members, you have more angles and areas to cover as 4 instead of 5. So Celebi was really caught on the back ropes there.
Just not expecting it. That's
No one
something
expects it.
Yeah, that's something that Celebi themselves have been using to great efficiency as Wolf is playing a dangerous game here.
That's what I was saying. Maybe you just don't peek.
But how else do you win the sniper duel? There we go!
I know I shouldn't be saying this to a sniper player.
I
I'm
mean,
like, they're always going to peek.
It's not shady that he's taken down just yet, but it's a good start. As pointed out by G-Clef, even from the back foot, all gamers have no problem looking for fights, looking for aggression, and when they're playing from an advantageous position, it's even harder. And it's one of those routes you can't really lose. And as I say that, sure, just get there. Just did that shot again. Why wouldn't it be as well?
Nice
That's
shot
a beautiful
there,
shot from Rambo. And they also are trying their best, but it still feels like it's just inevitable. Maybe getting taken back. Still there though. Rambo now alone against 2. Not even close to the bomb, has to pick that up somehow, get it planted, and also dispatch of Even and Jiaowei. Not an easy ask when armed with only a sniper rifle.
Yep, just going to get shot in the side. Had no hope there. And that's one of the problems when you take a lot of time to actually push, is that if something goes wrong, it's like, well, I guess you have 50 seconds to go all the way to the bomb that we dropped, kill 2 people that you don't really know where they are, and then, you know, even if you don't kill them all, you got to get the plant down. It just puts a lot of pressure on you, and you can see that they're going fast now.
And this is the answer that Celebi had after being taken down from the office so many times. Let's just not go to office and have the B bottom push instead, because they're spending so much of their resource towards that yard side. Going immediately into the bomb site. They know that once in the office, very likely ZY, but they know that Jiaowei is already in. Rambo's going to pick him off.
Very big pickup. Rambo very quickly making his way. Angle not being suspected. Wolf Oh, that's an unfortunate reload right there.
CY is going to get spotted too. He's got a lot of eyes on him. He's not able to tap on the head just yet. He nearly does, but no, the bomb is just going to be planted as Wolf is up here in the nest looking for a shot.
At least DQ is able to treat one more kill, but a lot of pressure. One at A, two B long, and also at the bottom. Wolf alone, it is just not enough. Celebi makes their successful attack into that B bottom side finally, and they sort of had the firepower to trap in ZY in the office. So he was actually fooled by himself in that position.
And here we still see the class, right, of Celebi Lost Legends, the reason why they made it towards the semifinals. And how much better this team has been. And I think, honestly, a lot of people were expecting coming in. I think most of us were expecting Imperial to make it through as the second place in the group. But then Celebi Lost Legends showed that they are not easily dispatched of, able to, at the very least, pressure All Gamers. I'm going to be honest, I still feel like with how well All Gamers has been playing, that this might end up the same way, maybe a 10-6, 10-5. Just the tenacity, I say, as they move into the side, got control of A. And again, All Gamers are just not ready. Too soon, that would be beautiful, but I haven't finished my sentence, or even picks up another kill and makes the approach a little bit easier as Wolf hits the shot.
Yeah, you got that over the top, too. And this is rough. I mean, there's already a lot of damage that's been done. They all have their grenades as they are going to push on through here. It is not an easy push, but they get most of the job done. Hater alone against two, but he's being closed on from two different directions, and Wolf is just going to get the job done himself, as that will be the defuse and the 9th round now for All Gamers, looking to soon pick up their second map in a row.
Yeah, this actually shows a lot. Wolf getting a kill from the yard up on top, looking towards that A plant, means that Celebi, usually no one is supposed to be there, knowing that there's a sniper on the other side, but that means so much that Celebi has so much thoughts in their head that their defaults are just not working when they're in that site. That does worry me going forward, but at least I like the strategy of they are pushing into the yard side.
Jiawei was not expecting that many people as he jumped up through the window. This is a really nice spot for 3. Wolf had no idea, and this push looks like it's going to work unless we get some heroics out of ZY as well. I say that, there's one headshot real quick. It's 2v4 still. Should be good for the side of Celebi.
Gonna try and walk away at least one of these points that are available for All Gamers. As it's still close, should be able. No! CQ still alive. The sniper looking for these one taps. Elbow solo. Not gonna be able to do it. Well, Legends, they keep their dreams of evening up the score here alive. Of course, even if they go down there, it's only 2-0. This is a best of 5. There's still the opportunity for them to come back. But it is so much harder. It requires so much more. And at the very least, improvement over the last series. The last map, rather.
And All Gamers are looking to close this map. Still with the pressure towards an office. And Celebi using that in their own way. Here comes the push.
Good angle there from ZQ, jumping over the heads as they were coming up the stairs. It's going to make it 3v3 as he was able to get a 1 for 2. And the plant will come down here. All 3 members of All Gamers are making their way in pretty quickly from the backside. The Hater is right here. Really nice grenade is going to pick up 1. Now it's all up to Rambo. He's clutched it in the past. He has an M4. Wolf jumps to his death as Even is going to be able to pick up the kill, and that is going to do it for this round. A pretty fun ending to the map, but at the end of the day, not going to be too fun for Celebi as they go down 0-2. All Gamers continue the onslaught here, 2-0, and they only need one more map to take it to the finals.
Still very dominant action from All Gamers, even though Celebi, after coming into the second.
Alrighty, here we go. We are hopping onto port, and take a look at this. All gamers, they are on the blacklist side. Very curious to see how well Celebi Last Legends can hold on from the Global Risk side on this map.
And would you look at that? 3-man pressure into the tunnel and the B entrance. And all gamers also respecting that, likely that this was going to happen from the beginning. Not even reaching into that B entrance. Just Wolf making sure no one peeks out to their BL spawn. And everyone else just looking at the bridge side, making sure there's no sniper. Peeking through from the GR base, and also some cover from A-Long. No action so far, just making sure they have some control over the sideways. Very unlike all gamers, really respecting the power and what Celebi can actually do from GR.
And we also see Wolf holding off that angle on his own in case an aggressive push does come through, and wondering whether there's going to be a point where all gamers say, well, feels like they're kind of ready for this slower push towards 8 side. We know that Rambo's there. We know that they might have more people on standby. Don't really want to take that risk. As I say that though, that's two. Two headies, of course, as you'd expect from ZY. Will go down after all, taken out by Lucas. And Wolf pick that one up, and with that it's just Shady. Never mind, even Shady's down. All gamers up 1-0 in what might very well be the last map of this first semi-final.
That's such a smart push, Jay. Jiawei actually shooting some bullets into the box as a wall shot, knowing that very likely a sniper will be a top. And then he actually held position, and instead ZY came down the sideway and got the sniper down. So the sniper aim was off to the side, all the way back in A-Long.
All right, here they come again, this time a bit more swiftly. No shots thrown in, no hints as CQ is on the onslaught. Rambo able to get that snipe down in a good spot. Haters here for the support, but it just does not matter. As so much damage being dealt as they move their way in. Curry trying to get the shots down, though. He's going to take down one low health member. That's now some damage done, but it doesn't matter. The shots through the smoke, and Even is going to be able to make it 2-0 in about 2 minutes.
And this is what you were talking about, Velvis, is on port, especially if you're good at that BL push, they've been just making it work so well. Look at this.
Oh.
2-man deep dive.
He went in.
They're just
to the
running
passage,
in.
straight into B.
Incredible. Just take complete control of the side. Rambo, though, he's defending valiantly. Trying his best. Won't be able to take him down. And Rambo stifled this push. Might not be enough to prevent the plans, but look at that.
The bomb's not in a great spot now. It's actually down on the ground right in front of Haters, so they should know this, I believe. There's a lot of smoke and stuff still left over. As you see the shots coming in, Even gets one, but it's not enough. Hater is able to take that down after a really nice engage. Celebi actually made it really difficult for AG.
I think all gamers had knew that there was big pressure towards that B entrance, and knowing that they always do get that zone controlled. Did have that in control in group stage. That's the reason why Celebi, we see them spending 3 men, putting 3 men down every single round, making sure that they have the pressure, but which creates some easy, basically glass walls towards that bridge.
See why just not playing fair. Lucas gets spotted.
Oh no.
And after what was a beautiful round, I feel like this one is very doomed. Perfect setup here. All game is not losing a single member, just giving up a little bit of health from ZY. 5 and 5 again, by the way, in terms of headshots, keeping up those ratios. And all gamers here showing why their blacklist side deserves to be feared, especially here on port.
They boosted up to the sideways. Finally, Celebi changing their defensive positions. they can have some more information for that tunnel message. And Shady even going to poke out all the way and take even down with that sweet headshot. But all gamers, knowing that there's one in passes, has to be 2 or more towards that A with some more bridge control. Then that B side should have less members. That's exactly what's going through their minds right now.
Yeah, there's just nobody over here from Celebi even to look at the B entrance. So it will be free entrance for AG into the B area at least. Only Lucas is here, not able to hit any heads and takes a lot of damage himself. The push, not overly aggressive as ZY slowly snaking his way into this site.
Oh, then he's found Lucas. Jared jumps right on top of him.
He's right next to him. Guys, you can't see him.
He doesn't see him. Oh, the
He
rest
was
of his
flashed
team.
by his teammates flash.
Oh, that's not what you want.
Will it matter is the question.
Looks like the answer to that. Velvet, no, as Wolf might not hit the second shot, but it doesn't matter when your pistol skills are this good. Still has a little bit of health left, enough to keep the rest of his team alive here. Proper backup as Rambo alone gonna have to push in, but it's just a Rambo with a sniper. Can't hit Broken. As I say that though, maybe he can. It's only Wolf, low health, and hasn't been spotted yet. Wolf with the wraparound.
The patience.
Nerves of steel. I don't know if it's gonna work out though. He
Just
is
gonna wait
not
for that
wanting to give
defuse.
it away. Fake defuse comes through.
Oh, he doesn't know yet.
He is spraying.
This is so cute.
And again, the fuse not quite coming through.
Oh,
he
he
doesn't hit it! He doesn't hit it!
Is there time? I think there is.
Just enough.
Oh, what a round. That was 0.1 seconds. How did he miss those shots? What was going to be kicking himself for that one?
That's
it was
going to
such a nice
kill
play.
the atmosphere for AG.
Yeah. Maybe this is the turnaround. The turning point of the series could be that round.
See, I told you, when they're not looking at you, it is just so much harder to... the shots just don't go in, even if you have the aim at perfect place.
Yeah. And of course, he didn't want to reload and give away his position, so it's like, okay, I'll probably just kill him in 3, right? Like, nope, not the case.
When that happens, like the comms just go down. No one talks in the team. Because you don't want to blame anyone, but it just
awkward.
happened, and you just have to get back on track immediately. That's the leadership that can be shown.
Oh, come on.
Well, you just simply raise the atmosphere immediately by a headshot through the
That
smoke
too.
and the wall.
That works.
That seems okay.
Seems like a plan. Can't complain. As Hader immediately returns to favor. Now, trying to hold on, even up this one as Celebi a lot better. Wolf,
Okay.
a little too aggressive, gets punished there by Lucas. And now, it's not looking quite as dire here for Celebi Last Legend. Nice kill by ZQ, able to get away with a little bit of health left.
A few more nice smokes up on the bridge. I think they're hinting that they're going to a site, but I think that might actually be a fake. They're still staying inside sidewalk. And Lucas might actually have a pretty good angle against them.
This is taking longer than normal for all gamers.
They did not spot Lucas going into the tunnel.
Oh, they're going to check though. Oh, they'll spot him. Very unfortunate timing for Lucas. He gets taken down, and now the map wide open, looking like an A push after all. Hurry is still waiting there. Get spotted and sniffed out immediately by Joey, and now like with Rambo going down 4-2, all gamers. Not maybe as dominant in the last round, but this is the problem. They don't let their opponent get any momentum.
Yeah, the one round goes the way of Celebi in such a crazy fashion, and then immediately all gamers are like, nope,
No, doesn't matter.
stuff that out, we'll take you down. Not a inch of room given. And yeah, I mean, it really just comes down to their play. They're just playing overall better. Let's see what the strategy is this time around. It looks like a quick push through sideway. That grenade probably got a lot of damage done.
Near 100 damage on if you count both.
Looks like it.
And Rambo is going to... He's insane. He just smokes up A long and goes all the way that far. And Shady jumps on top, knowing that many members are down on A long near that spawn. Where's Wolf?
He's just doing his own thing.
Wolf is dead. Not able to actually get any of the plays off. And now he's alone. Jawe in the global risk spawn with a bomb. And an unfortunate scenario ahead of him. Not able to execute it. Not able to find his way out of the maze that he was put in for the free. Celebi, they want to keep it close. 2-0 in map score. One more. And they are going to be relegated. Isaiah's killed up there. Wolf aggressively. But look at Rambo. Darkness doesn't want to give this up.
How does he do that? He aims for the first, shoots a couple, but headshot the third person.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a really sweet individual performance, right? It's kind of crazy. Rory might be in a little bit of trouble here. Not sure if he knows that Even is here, so that's a free kill just handed over to the arms of Even. So now he's going to get a top and kind of control this area. There are some smokes down covering the bridge, somewhat allowing AG to get closer and closer to moving into A, but they're taking a bit of time. That's another kill given over to Even. Nice damage done by Lucas here.
Bullet kill found.
Hater from long distance is going to find one on top. C4 is dropped. Wolf doesn't find the kill any longer. He was low HP anyhow. Shady makes it out. And Even could not get that kill. All three members remaining pretty low in HP.
There's a lot of time.
Love the rotation from Even though. He's going to go to the side way, knowing that Hater's towards A long.
Oh, Shady's looking at him.
Oh, this all comes down to timing.
Oh, that no. Oh, he doesn't know.
Looks like his position was given away.
Yeah. There's the double wrap around. 4-4. Celebi Last Legends showing signs of life.
That was also dangerous though. If they line up in a straight line, both of them actually can go down in few bullets. And you don't even expect it, but sometimes you end up getting 2 kills by spraying at 1.
Yeah.
But with that play, Celebi does match up the round score. Now it's 4-4 and AG could not really deliver a clean push after the first, let's say until round 4, 5, 6. It seemed like the tsunami of all gamers was just going down A side, B side every single time. The round finished in 40 seconds-ish. But now Celebi, all of a sudden, they found their rhythm.
I like this from all gamers, but I also like it from Celebi. It's a slower ready for this, and zoom them both down, gets both Xiao and ZY. As will they continue? It looks like the answer is no, as they will actually back away.
Gonna rotate, might run into Rambo. Will not be spotted yet, that's one. Doesn't even have to answer with it for his life. Able to make his way, at least for a second. And yes, he goes down, but not before. It's chunked Wolf even more, and we might be looking at Celebi. Even despite this initial half for them on GR, starting off pretty rough, 4-2, completely turn it around. Exactly what all gamers did to them. If they're able to get this one, 5-4 going into that BL side for them.
Yeah. AG, they had somewhat of a plan in their rotation, either going sideways or back into the tunnel to B or A. But Rambo, from GR side, a sniper in that position at this minute of the game.
I think Wolf saw him.
Really?
I think he knows.
Look at this.
What if he ducks down?
There it is. Quick flick. You got that information, and now they have full coverage of the B site. There's some shots that do come in and give up Shady's position. Hater is going to be looking for the wraparound. So a pretty straight up 2 versus 2, but Wolf is low on health.
But he's a sniper that doesn't even matter. Not too even. And Wolf gets a kill on the other side, and they bring the final round. AG still maintaining the lead in the first half.
Not the cleanest, or rather, I should say, credits to Celebi Last Legends holding in here, being this tenacious when you're down 2-0, when your tournament life is on the line, is a tough ask. A lot of teams simply crack under the pressure, but they are holding on tight. They are, at the very least, making all gamers work for it. If you want to go to the finals, you got to get through us first. You got to really show us that you've earned it. And all gamers, they have a one-round lead, but starting to get a little bit more faith. GPF, you were saying there is a team that really gets a map. Could very well be all gamers here, or rather Celebi here against all gamers.
4 rounds off of GR, and the map is port, and you are against all gamers. I don't think that's too bad of a score at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now you just have to work your way in against all AG. And where do you go? Okay, we're seeing early smokes down in towards bridge and A long, A top.
Knowing Celebi, I think they're going to take this relatively slow. Well, as I say that, there's a lot of coverage fire as they make their way into B entrance. Doesn't mean they're going to push right away. Celebi definitely a team that loves to, you know, poke in, look to see what they can see, back away, take a different angle. So might be going for that here.
It is the first round of the second half, and they had no info about the B entrance. So I think this was the safer path, even after using few utility, which is always the way of Celebi. They would rather use up with utility than lose their life. And having just checking B if they can actually, okay, naded the base spot. If they actually wanted to go into B side, I think a few more flashes should have been used.
Hoppity hop through the spawn over towards that middle part of the map. Can still rotate, but do see all gamers, they are anticipating a push to come through, and CY running up so big. 2 kills traded over. Wolf finds one as well, and now all of a sudden it's just Lucas alone. Yes, they were able to at least take down one who killed so many of them. Might be even able to get the plant here, but in a 1v3 scenario, this man has been the most dependable member on Celebi Last Legends. Can he actually live up to it? I don't know. Is he going to be able to? The answer is absolutely not. 3 people run him down.
Yeah.
Whole game is going up 6-4.
Everything was okay until the moment ZY said, okay, I've done this thousands of times. Let's just poke in, because less than about 40 seconds left. Let's see if anyone of Celebi members are actually in their base, towards their base. Pokes out, gets 2 headshots immediately, and shuts the will of attack down of going into that B side for Celebi.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was just really well read and shot by the side of All Gamers. This time around, though, the push is coming in through sideway, and it didn't look like All Gamers was ready. They were pushing on a long, and they got kind of caught with their pants down, so not reading the situation well this time around. The Celebi are going to get a huge advantage. Wolf in position with the sniper.
Gets some damage from that wall shot against Celebi, and Rambo just keeps that headshot on the wall shot. There's the line. Celebi getting one more down. We're getting close.
Still holding on. Still trying their hardest. Best of 5, not 1 until you've actually gotten that final win, that final round. And even though it has been all gamers.
Ooh, Rambo.
Oh, this is the Rambo special.
He's done this before.
We've done it, seen him do it repeatedly. Unfortunately, this time gets only one, but because that move has been spotted out. It's not going to stop him whatsoever, though. As oh, man. This push from Celebi getting completely dismantled. Shady on his own. Too many angles to cover. 7-5 as all gamers again try to pull ahead 1 or 2 more. And the pressure on Celebi might become unsurmountable.
Yeah, Wolf is just chilling up there. Because
vibing.
in order for Celebi to get up there, they have to go through Even. They have to go through a few other riflers.
Yeah. He just puts his head down, you know.
Look, you got it right. You want some more. You want some more kills. I thought you want more kills, so I'll just stay here. Make sure they grenade me instead.
Yeah, he's like the captain. He doesn't have to move until they actually break into the base. And that was exactly the case. All gamers, they look incredibly strong when they win these rounds, but Celebi has kept it close this entire map so far. It's always been 1 round to all gamers, 1 round to Celebi. Yes, all gamers are ahead. But let's see if Celebi can continue the streak by getting 1 more. That's a really nice angle here, found by Even. Does a bit of damage, but also takes a bunch himself. Celebi are hanging around this B entrance area.
Okay, they're spending a lot of time towards that B entrance, but they actually want to go in there because the rotation already has been made towards the GRB. Just keeping calm, takes Jiao Wei down. And he actually pokes into that double door. And already a big rotation towards A-Long.
This is looking very, very promising.
Even always with the bait spot. This time it will be found easily by Huri.
There you go, 7-6.
This is a big moment. Celebi's second half, the most amount of round they had was the previous map, 3 rounds in the second half. And they're getting super close to that. 6-7 now.
Really gotta love this. Even down 2-0, they are staying in it. That was a ginormous grenade. I mean, that was probably the biggest one of the tournament. Let's see if they can push through anyway. A very swift attack coming in as Shady's trying to get this angle even. He's flashed and actually is going to live. Those little poles helping him out. Now you can see Wolf up here with the pistol holding down the fort, the captain on his hind legs, but he is staying alive, and now the entire squad is here to defend.
Wolf spots one. Just 1 more down. Rambo's the only one remaining from Celebi. Has no smoke, no flash, no nade to help him out.
Look at where the bomb is. Yep.
Yeah, you just have to go for the kill.
That giggle says it all.
Yep.
But still 130 left, so there's some time. Ooh.
Yikes.
Rambo.
Yeah,
No.
Well, all gamers going to shut that one down. As Rambo, he has been so sneaky, but not this time around. And the pattern continues. That's a win here for all gamers. Celebi, they're going to need to flip the script here in just a bit. They would love to get 4 in a row and not have to go to extra rounds and give all gamers another chance on the Blacklist side even. And let's see how it is going to go, because Celebi, I've been liking their strategies here on Blacklist. I feel like they've prepared really well for this map.
But Rambo has to win his duel up on sideway. Not checked yet. 5-man rifle from Celebi. Wants to have a major push. Push with a ZY. 2-2 trade in the middle.
Yeah, not as bad as it could have been. Looked like disaster for a second for Celebi, but in the end, even trade. Rambo a little bit lower.
The flash timing was way too good on the 3 men right there on the sideway. I thought it was going to be triple kill.
Yeah. However, not turned out to actually be the case. And now, all gamers still have a significant health advantage, but it's not impossible for Celebi Last Legends. Giving this round up, I mean, 3 match points for all games, and I don't think you can afford to give them any. Need to win this one so badly.
No smoke, and Wolf misses a shot. Good entry into that A-top.
There's a lot of grenades being used to try to get them down there. Didn't do a lot of damage, but this is still good for Celebi. They have position on the top of A. Another grenade is going to be thrown. And now Shady holding down this angle. AG taking their time with this attack, and Shady's got the nice timing, but he is going to go down. As now looking to come in from behind as well, and that's a second kill to ZQ. The flash doing so much work, and now 18 health for Rambo is not going to be enough. They do get the defuse and are 1 round away from making it into the finals.
That quick rotation from Wolf into sideway and flashing A top after getting 1 down. They were both flashed. and had no idea exactly where the opponents were. The teamwork is just outrageous from all gamers. About to go to that grand finals.
The ticket is punched. They're at the station. Just got to make sure that they're able to actually catch the train.
Rambo trying to pull this one off, but has to
Again.
back up after spotting a few.
Doesn't even trade favorably in terms of health. Celebi trying to beat a traffic jam, making sure that all gamers don't run away from them. 3-0 would continue all gamers' trend of not dropping a single map in the tournament thus far. They've dropped a fair amount of rounds. Celebi last Lenja definitely making them work for it. But it's starting to feel inevitable. 3 match points.
Rambo is trying these moves because he's feeling the pressure that it is now or never, and I have to do it. That didn't work the first time. As the entire squad of Celebi getting ready for the B push. Slightly earlier compared to the other pushes, so AG might find them early.
And it is perfect. Hater and Rambo, the only ones that are left, and Rambo goes down. Hater's got to clutch it 1v3, and he will go down. We have our first final team, as all gamers will 3-0 Celebi Last Legends here in the tournament stage.
Pure dominance was the name of the game for all gamers in the group stage. And pure dominance, they will continue here in their semi-finals, and the question now becomes, can anyone stop them? It's going to be up to either the Black Dragons or Baisha Gaming, but definitely a taunt, or a task to tall rather for Celebi Last Legends. Great play from them. It just was good enough to beat this incredibly strong all game squad.
Wasn't all up there to get a map down, but still Celebi, I think they displayed the power of Vietnam on stage. Gave the biggest challenge so far for all gamers. No team actually got 8 rounds off of all gamers yet, and they almost got the map off, I think. Just did not come together. And towards the end, I thought we were looking at least a 3-1 in the first match. Celebi will just fell short